Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.
Pablo Moses literally burst onto the reggae scene in 1975 with the puzzling song "I Man, a Grasshopper" from his debut album Revolutionary Dream, produced by Jeffrey Chung and engineered by Lee Scratch Perry at the Black Ark Studio. The song name refers the name character of the then popular television series Kung Fu, though it tells the story of a drunken ex-cop who turns in a ganja-smoking singer. It was an enormous hit in both Jamaica and England, but Pablo himself remained fairly unknown. My name is Ras Dennis, and you are welcome back to another video by Reggae Just Extra.
You are now watching Reggae Just Extra's Pablo Moses edition.
This episode is strictly centered around Pablo Moses, who is the first and foremost man of unwavering commitment and activism. A spokesperson for the Rasta movement, he has since its beginnings been rocked by the thought of black militant philosophers such as Steve Biko, Marcus Garvey, and Stokely Carmichael, with a committed vision of the fate of black men in general and Jamaica in particular. Kindly subscribe to this channel, like, share, and most importantly hit the notification bell to be the first to watch our next video.
Music is my desire. It set my heart on fire.
Pablo Moses was born Pablo Henry on June 28, 1948 in the rural Manchester part of Jamaica. Apart from a 2-year stint in New York, Pablo spent most of his youth in the countryside before traveling to Kingston. In school in Jamaica's capital, he formed a vocal group, the Canaries, which remained his backup group and began performing at talent shows. They also auditioned for Duke Reid and at Dodge Studio One with little success. Pablo gained some popularity in the mid-1970s with his single "I Man, a Grasshopper," followed by his classic album Revolutionary Dream. On one level, it is a song written in favor of the legalization of ganja. Taken on this plane, it does a better job than Peter Tosh's forthright "Legalize It" because of its subtler, indirect method of attack. Thus, Pablo presents his argument on the ground of equality of treatment, the cornerstone of Western jurisprudence. Yet in the failure of the law to live up to its promise is revealed its hypocrisy. Beyond it, then, is the implicitly stated need for brotherly respect and for the building of a world in which there is genuine freedom, which demands a community with equality of treatment. Following the success of "I Man, a Grasshopper," Pablo released a few more singles, including "We Should Be in Angola," but for some reason, they did better in England than they did in Jamaica. The song "Give I Fee I Name" was an exception. Revolutionary Dream was acclaimed, but it brought him little profit, and Pablo decided to back off from the music scene for a while. During this time, he spent 2 years studying at the Jamaica School of Music. It was there that he gathered a new group of musicians and began performing at nightclubs, theaters, and on campus. They also made a television show that was quite popular in Jamaica. In 1980, Pablo Moses returned to reggae with a song and innovative album produced by Pablo Moses and Jeffrey Chung that was recorded in Jamaica using the island's finest session players and remixed in London. The result was a multi-layered blend of roots and sophisticated international reggae that many consider Moses' masterpiece. Chung then produced a follow-up, "Pave the Way." He continues recording through the 90s. Unforeseen circumstances led to over a decade's silence between 1998 and 2010, finally broken by 2010's The Rebirth. He attributed his decade's silence to various things, which include change of distribution companies and recording companies, and also an accident he was involved in where he hit his head and was in a coma for 4 days. A blood vessel burst in his head, and according to him, he had to have a serious operation where a lot of people thought he would die. But because of the love of the people and the love of the music and the spirit of Jah, he survived. So, he thinks that's why he put out the album and called it The Rebirth. For a long time not putting out anything, and also surviving that accident, he thought it was only adequate that he calls the album that. During the COVID crisis, a couple of social media sites announced that Pablo Moses had passed on. Coming hard on the heels of the death of so many luminaries from reggae's golden era, this news was a bitter pill to swallow for Pablo Moses' legion of fans. However, shortly thereafter came the correction that this was fake news. Hence, the good news is that Pablo is alive, kicking and still performing. Pablo Moses is long renowned for his outspoken and occasionally contentious stances on a range of relevant issues, including Africa, Rastafari, reggae, among other things. During an interview with Reggae France, he said some of his favorite roots artists in Jamaica include Terrace Riley, Sizzla Kalonji, who he said is not too bad, and Luciano, but he, Luciano, is too nice. According to him, as a Rastaman, you have to be more aggressive. A Rasta is a revolutionary force. A Rasta is supposed to speak for those who are suffering. Asking the Almighty to give him strength, okay, that's nice. But where is everything else? The system loves you when you forget these other things. I don't want the system to like me. If I'm a Rasta, I want people to love me, not the system, he said. Thanks for watching, and do remember to subscribe. Give it a like and post a positive comment in the comment section below, and I'll see you again very soon for another video.
Many thanks for watching Reggae Just Extra with Ras Dennis.